Oh. Maybe that'll help. It's a little dark in here. Even though the sun's out. The dogs are waiting for my sister to get home. And I think she just came in. I just got a call from Holly. She will not be on tonight. And my sister wants to know if I'm talking to her. Golf carts with babies. Normal life. You know, Carl, I think you get a kick out of people watching. I do a little bit of that. And then make opinions. I was at a restaurant the other day and a group came in. And I believe they were all special needs adult care type. They came in a large van, like an 8-person van. And they were just totally enjoying themselves. However, I'm looking and I'm like, these are not your typical people. They just weren't. Some physical handicaps and definitely some mental disabilities. But whenever I do see that, at least now in my older age, I go, but for the grace of God, there go I. Still, it's interesting. Did I see Tina? There she is. Welcome aboard. William's here. Keep an eye on an enemy. You don't want them at the door. Jim Foster's here. Rob on the road. Nancy Drew. Diane Phoenix. Welcome aboard, everybody. I'm sure Sonia with a J is here. So, yeah, tonight is going to be a little interesting. I did get I thought was an Amazon delivery, and it didn't come from Amazon. It came from another place that I think they used FedEx or UPS to deliver. And I was wondering why it hadn't come, so I sent an email yesterday saying, "Where's my book?" And they said, "Your book will be there on the 16th. Well, we'll see. Today's the 14th. And here's my book. I'll show it to you a little bit better in a minute. It was recommended by Kobe. And I've dug into it a little bit. And I'm enjoying it so far. You're eating legs? Grab legs. Grab as many legs as you can, right? You bought the frozen chicken legs. I'll betcha. Anyways, this person, this has taken 5 years of work. This person has hidden 5 treasure chests across the United States. And from what I can understand, the cumulative value is over $1 million. But it's more about the hunt. And I think it's more about fighting the joy. There's a lot about joy in here. I'll be giving you more reports on it as I read it. What did Tina just say? check your email to do the tracking on the package next time. Well, I did. And the email had, I clicked on the thing for tracking and it redirected me. And no, if you're going to redirect me, I'm not going to click on it. I had that happen a few years ago. I don't know, maybe 10 years ago. I clicked on a tracking link, and the next thing you know, my computer was full of virus. So I'm not going to click on somewhere where they redirect me. And this is a company I'd never dealt with before. It wasn't through Amazon. It was Books A Million. Well, I never dealt with them before, and then they redirect me on the tracking. No, I was suspicious, and it was taking longer than I thought it should. They're in the United States. Why does it take, 14 days to get my order? It don't make sense, but I got it. Everything's cool. And they did respond to me because I wrote to them, say, hey, I'm not clicking on a redirected link. And they reassured me that it would be arriving, and it did. Sonia washed the camper with water and boat soap. We'll give Sonia with a J a cheer. I did see that she had a live stream about it, but I was at work at the time, so I couldn't watch it. I worked today in Sparta. And then I went to Cedar Springs to check out another job. And basically I was doing detective work. And I got to do some reports. My job, crazy this morning. Yesterday there was a meeting on my day off, but I badged in, went to the meeting. And then when the meeting was over, I badged out, and then I went, my day off. So this morning, I thought, you know what? I had sent a personal message to another supervisor asking about a couple things. I thought, I wonder if he answered me. So I didn't badge in, but I just checked what they call Slack. It's kind of like a chat window type thing. And the supervisor is saying, are you joining us this morning? I'm like, what? Come in there. Well, why are you asking me if I'm joining you? It's my day off. He sent a picture of the schedule. I was supposed to work today. What? I'm supposed to have Friday and Saturday off. So I went into the email, which came after the meeting yesterday. And I had already closed it out. And I checked the email, and sure enough, I was scheduled to work today. So then I went through the schedule. Well, wait a minute. Why would you schedule me for 6 days? So I'm assuming it was a mistake. And I said, no, sorry, but I'm off today. Deal with it. I didn't say deal with it, but because I was already scheduled to work in Sparta, and if I'd have canceled that, well, then it would have been held against me. If you cancel something before 12 hours, within that 12-hour framework, they'll hold it against you. It's shift smart. So I told the supervisor, I can't cancel it. I'm sorry I didn't show up, but I didn't know I was scheduled to work. I think they'll figure it out. Yeah, I played hooky. Not intentionally. There you go, Carl. You can still do it. Pull it together. So here's why I went to Cedar Springs. Because I've been doing more and more of these side gigs, filling the coolers or cleaning the gas station. They're giving me more work, which I can't take it all, obviously. I can take 1 or 2 shifts a week, maybe. You know, it's easy work. It's nothing to it. But they sent me a thing. Here's a shift available. I was in Sparta, and they say here's a shift available in Cedar Springs. And I'm looking at that, and I go, wait a minute. I heard from another manager in Allendale that the store in Cedar Springs was sold like a couple months ago. So why are they scheduling work? I'm thinking, well, maybe the new owners are going to use ShiftSmart. Doubtful. So I drove there and got to talk to a guy. He said, well, you can badge in and I turn you away and then you'll make $60. I said, well, that wouldn't be fair, especially since I know you don't use ShiftSmart. Well, I won't tell. Oh, I said, that's cheating. That's robbing. That's just no. If I didn't know and you turned me away, that'd be different. But I do know. So I can't morally or ethically do something like that. Yeah, I was on the case, Nancy. I needed you with me, but sometimes I just have to go solo. So my next step tomorrow, I'm not going to worry about today because I got 2 things yet to do today. Maybe 3. I have 3 things yet to do today. I got to do this live stream. Then we got to do a raid to Tina at 7 o'clock straight up. She's having a premiere. So we're going to raid Tina at 7 o'clock Eastern. And then after that, maybe I'll go outside and pick up my other order from Amazon. I'm excited about this book, and I'm going to read the book maybe a little bit tonight, but I'll probably fall asleep because I am tired. But my other stuff that I ordered came from Amazon, and maybe I'll share that all with you on Wednesday night. Yeah, I'm pretty happy that it came, and it's what I wanted. We'll see. And then there's actually another book that should be in the mix. I think that came separately. So I had two Amazon orders show up today and 1 UPS or FedEx or something show up. So they've been beating a path to the door with delivery packages. They wanted you here for a camp host. Now it's part-time maintenance, part-time camp host, part-time. Don't remember signing on that and pushed it. The maintenance guy's face, not my boss. You know what? Some things work out that way, Carl. Try to deal with it. It's all things happen for a reason in my mind. Okay, yep, 7 p.m. Tina's chomping at the bit for all of us to go raid her right now. Didn't sign that contract. That's too funny. Well, I've had jobs in the past, mostly back when I was 18, 19, 20, early 20s. We're talking the 70s. And I'm like, huh, this job isn't cool. I'll just say sayonara. I would be polite about it. But I didn't give a 2 weeks notice or nothing like that. I just say, you know, hey, I'm going on vacation, so you haven't earned vacation. So what? I'm going on vacation. Take off for Nova Scotia or wherever. You're fired. That's all right. I was looking for a job when I came here. And, I'd get back and I'd find a job just like that. But again, it was the 70s and I was young, dumb, and full of bullshit, right? Teams the outsider, flip side, the Outer Bank is neat. I would love to go to the Outer Banks. I want to ride a horse on the Outer Banks. I think it's $100, but I still want to do it. Makes Flamingo look silly. At least some of the women look good. Well, that's a plus, Carl. What's this emails? Yeah. Carl, can you rent horses where you're working? I want to ride a horse on the beach at where you're at, the Outer Banks. I heard it's pretty cool. And I heard also you find the right camping spot. It's kind of like being out in California or in Baja, Mexico, California. You find the right spot, you can watch the sunrise come up over the ocean, and you can watch the sunset over the ocean. I would like that. I think that would be cool. Can't touch them. But okay, I hear you. I know what you're talking about, Carl. It's not horses. Okay. All right. So below like 50, near the National Seashore. Okay. 30 miles to Nag's Head. You can watch over Pamlico Sound nightly. That sounds cool. That's definitely on my bucket list to go there. I've never spent that much time on the East Coast. Northeast, I've been to Maine, New Brunswick, Nova Scotia. Yeah, spent some time up through there, and it was beautiful. I want to go back someday, definitely. Nova Scotia was amazing. Totally loved it. Maine was pretty cool too. Saw moose, and I don't think I'd want to be there in the winter time, but I was there in the summer months, and it was pretty cool, or warm. Can't touch this. Can't touch this. So I am on my Chromebook right now. I went to go on the Hewlett Packard computer with, use the new camera and all that, and my headphones, just like I did Wednesday night. It wouldn't come up. StreamYard would not come up. I don't know what's wrong. I'm sure it's me. I don't know what it is yet. And I really, tonight, I don't give a shit. At least the Chromebook works. I have a message, and it's from Carl. Oh, look at that. That is gorgeous, Carl. See if I can hold it up here. So that has to be a sunrise. Wow. Of course, he's going to tell me, no, it's a sunset. No, as I said, you get in the right spot out there, you can watch both because the stretch of water in between the mainland and the Outer Banks is pretty large. Don't forget. Thank you, William. It's a sunset over the sound. See? I was kind of right. Angels Landing. Thank you, Carl. Let's see. This is fun. Wow, we've got 20 people on board. Oh my. Rob, the technology review. We don't give a shit because the Chromebook works. You're right. I could care less tonight. I'm happy to be here. It's been a joyful day. This time, cleaning the parking lot, I found a total of 27 cents. Not all at the same time either. So it pays to go out in the parking lot with a broom and a dustpan. Look for the cigarette butts, and you never know what you might find. And, okay, I was there as a merchandiser, but I played this game long enough that I know, especially with a store that I've been to before, I know how they operate. Most of them don't need a merchandiser. They need somebody to clean. But I'm there as a merchandiser, so I have to do a little bit of merchandising, mostly the cooler, which, not bragging, but they give you like 3 hours to do the cooler. Well, I have it done in an hour. Done. Floor swept, windows washed. Hello, now I got to find something else to do. And I do. But I even wrote it down for the next time I'm there to bring a ladder so I can get up on top of the big coolers. Because I already know I reached up there as high as I could and I came down with globs of dust. But I can't really clean it properly unless I have a ladder. So next time I'll bring my ladder with me. Spent a lot of the war in the cooler. Yeah, raking it in. You got dust in your eyes. Around here, you might get dust in your eyes, Mark. We still got cloudy skies from the Canadian wildfires. By the way, Mark, happy anniversary. Let's all join in and sing, Mark, happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary to you. Happy anniversary, Mark and Coral. Happy anniversary to you. It was different. Good luck. All penny heads up. One was heads down, but it was old. I have a feeling it's been there quite a while. It was right under the edge of the, where you go to exchange your propane tanks. I was trying to get under there with the broom because I could see a cigarette butt under there if I stood back. So I was trying to scrape that out, and all of a sudden there was this penny. It wasn't a weak penny, but it was old. Been there a while. Someone took a golf cart into the dumpster. Alcohol may be involved. Here we go. Stupid people take tricks. Myths fed, sleepy, maybe a little myth drunk. This was a grandbaby that I got to meet when I was down there at Linda's. How cute. And I'm finding more and more places to go, both in Michigan and in Ohio. If it wasn't for wintertime, I'd spend the next 10 months exploring both states easily. But come the end of September, it'll be Kentucky bound. I haven't heard anything from Marshall lately, but I'm sure he's got stuff planned, figuring out for the Kentucky 25 meetup. I'm sure we'll hear more soon. I think he's coming to M25 as well. I'm not sure. That's right, Carl. Weight off your shoulders. Okay, so as far as guessing, I did buy a scratch off ticket for tonight. So one would think that the channel that you're guessing is from Michigan. I don't know. Is that a valid guess or not? That's just a $5 ticket. Diane's giving away her daughter and grandchildren. There's the link to read Tina, to raid Tina, raid. I'll have you posted again, Linda, towards the end. But thank you. Some people may want to go over there now and just wait. Wait for Tina. I would. I showed up early for one of her premieres, but that was to make up for missing other premieres. Now she tells me I've got to find stuff on Facebook, and I followed the link she gave me, but nothing was there. So I'm sure it's my lack of technology. Offer $5 along with the humans. Good one, Rob. He's been handed off to my daughter. He can drool his little head off. That is something. That is something. Now, I echo it. I love the name. Yeah, that is cool. That's a really cool. If you guys move out to a rural area, and maybe you're rural enough, I don't know. Does the school bus come to pick up kids? I can just hear it now, you know. Myth the bus. Don't myth the bus, myth. Oh, myth Anakin. Ooh, that's even stronger yet. That reminds me of Star Wars. $10. Diane, keep raising it. I say $12.50 per head per hour. Oh my goodness. Fire looks like it's from ironwood. You know what? I thought that too, Mindy, and welcome aboard. I thought, yeah, people are going to think it's an ironwood fire. It looks a lot like an ironwood fire, but it's not. Miffy mouth when he's wailing. That's cute. Miffy mouth. Miffy mouth. Wah! Amazing. Oh. I did manage to eat a little bit of supper before I came on tonight, so I'm not Not starving right now. I don't know what that message is from. Facebook is not giving me notifications. YouTube is giving me notifications. And Messenger is. But anything else? Don't know. Where's Timmy's 50 S's? He does. He loves the Guess the Channel live stream. He'll come in and every channel that he's ever watched, he'll type it in. We did have to set the rules down for him a year ago. See, you can guess all those channels as much as you want. You know, I told you that it's a, you know, for instance, a solo male. That he'll come across with, 50 of those 100 channels will be a solo female or a married couple or like, pay attention to me. Trying to get Timmy to kind of think about it a little bit. Anybody can cut and paste. Even monkeys can sew. There was a doctor that I worked with, and in one of his seminars, when he was, teaching other doctors, he said, even monkeys can sew. He was a character. I'll have to tell you one of his really good jokes one of these times. Maybe the married couple identify as solo male. There was a short, and it was hilarious. But the crew, it was obviously like kind of a construction crew, but within a building. Maybe they were heavy duty materials type of job. Well, the one supervisor comes up and he tells the other two supervisors, he says, well, I hired the guy that identifies as a cat. And the other supervisor says, oh, was that the guy that took a litter box behind the pallets? I mean, there was so many other jokes. There's Ivan. Welcome aboard. Okay. Is the channel full time? I don't remember who the channel is. Yeah, full time. At least, okay. Let's clarify that, Linda, for you and for everybody. Yes, full time as far as putting out videos. You damn right, full time. Now, full time as far as RVing, no. Any channel ever in the history of YouTube that fits the criteria and has that thumbnail for a video. Well, Rob, you just won. Liver and Onions channel. Somebody should make a Liver and Onions channel. I vote you, William. You'd be good at it. Promoting Liver and Onions. I would watch. You won't teach medical pros anymore. Your faith in the art of medicine is way gone. rather die instead. Not what I taught them in the early 2000s. I might as well tell you this joke. Things have changed a little bit since this joke was made, but think about a waiting room at a doctor's office. Okay. So this couple, they're in the waiting room at a doctor's office, elderly couple, and the man, her husband, gets called. And so he's in the exam room first with the doctor. And the doctor's asking him a bunch of questions. Yeah, the usual. And then he gets down to this one question, and he said, okay, he says, you're doing pretty good there, man, old man. He says, do you have intercourse? And the guy kind of shakes his head a little bit, and he goes, just a minute. And he opens up the door, and he hollers at Irene, hollers across the whole lobby waiting room where people are, Irene, do we have intercourse? And she shouts back, no, no, no. We have Blue Cross Blue Shield. Eric the earache. That's cute. But you do have to work a little bit. So that's what's fun of it. What is the fun of it? And yes, the Tigers baseball card is a clue. So now you have two clues. Does YouTube full time. And from Michigan. Okay. That should give it away instantly. Go get familiar with the corner. 2 subs on that channel. I'm sorry, Tina. Well, actually, Tina, I'm not sorry. I thought it was a pretty good joke. It wasn't my joke. I'm just repeating it. Oh, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. May you go with God. That's cute. You know, many inappropriate for this day and age shows. I don't know. Is there such a thing anymore? Too expensive. Cost your kids and houses. Take saltpeter, saves you money. No, it's not you, Tina. It's not your channel tonight. Surprisingly, you were considered to be the featured channel. Seriously, I thought about it. But typically, especially if Timmy's here, he'll guess you right off the bat. So then it wouldn't be exciting or interesting because, oh, it's Tina. And of course, me being me, I'd have to give it to him, you know. No, it's not Roy and Becky. And they're not, well, they're from Indiana. Yeah, male, but not necessarily solo. Texas Capitol has been evacuated. What? Following a credible threat directed at state lawmakers. Well, wait a minute. What are they doing in the Capitol building on a Saturday? In the summer. Don't the politicians go out on their yachts and boats or whatever? I mean, what are they doing in the Capitol building today? Cats. I don't think they have cats. I don't know. I don't know that for a fact. And I don't know that they have any fish. They could. Yeah, it's a pretty good sized channel, Nancy. I don't think they have any ferrets. If they had ferrets, I would have known about it. From where? They're from Michigan. It's not Carl's channel. Got that nailed out. Tina says, who else is from Detroit? Robert Walker is from Grand Rapids. I didn't necessarily say they were from Detroit. They're from Michigan. But, you know, I'm from Grand Rapids, and, yeah, I root for the Tigers. Mount Clemens and Detroit Airport. Nice airport, given it's in Detroit. There you go. Once or twice, Nancy. Yeah, it's not Rob's channel. And it's not Mark's channel. Rob and Mark are neighbors. Do they cook a lot? I'd have to say yes. It's not your channel. Never use the Detroit City Airport. You always go to Willow Run, don't you? Do they have legs? Crab legs? Have they ever opened a door? Well, that is a good question. Yeah. Yes, I've actually seen them open a door. You know, that Tina, even though she's stuck in Detroit, pretty good guesser. No, Jim, it's not where are we staying. That's a good guess. You misread Mark's question, but do they look alike? I don't know. There's Troy. And no, it's not Troy's channel. But we do have a winner. And it's a good thing that I found some cents. Found 2 dimes and about 6 pennies. No, you're done guessing, Tina. You already got it. It's Jamie. Or as he likes to call himself now, Jimmy Boy. So Tina is correct. And before she goes to her premiere, we're going to scratch this off for Tina. Good detective work, Tina. All right. Both of these dimes look pretty good. I'm not going to use this penny. This penny is kind of very corroded. That's the one that was under the propane tank enclosure. Okay, so there's 5 tigers that are winning numbers. No, it's not Jim Foster. And then there's 15 numbers to try to match. If you match any of your numbers to any of the winning numbers, that's the ones that are hiding behind the tiger heads. You win the prize for that. Yeah, that's the normal. If you get a hot dog, you win that prize automatically. I wonder if it comes with a hot dog. If you reveal a catcher's mitt, you win double that prize. If you reveal a baseball, you win all 15 prizes. Yes, I did, Linda. And she was like, this is 2 weeks in a row that you gave me your quarterback, her quarterback. No, you're all right, Jim. Linda keeps real good track of me. All right, the first tiger is a 21. And the first number to try to match is a 7, so it didn't match. Miserable Margaret from Michigan. I've never heard of that channel, but I kind of like the name. Been here from the beginning, was on a scavenger hunt looking for the channel. That's pretty good. You're going through all the different, trying to nail it down to the features and the background and what you were seeing. You know, that sometimes is how it's found. Aunt Linda went to the baseball game. Oh, man, I want to go. Did they win today, Tina? That much I don't know. I know the last couple games I've listened to, they're doing really good. All right, next winning number is a 5. And Tina has a 1. Oh, close enough, right? Okay, next is 8. And we have 24. It's not a match. 2 more tigers to scratch. We have 9. And we have 23. And the last tiger is a 19. And we have a 2. So as you can see, so far, we do not have any matches. That first line is where the tigers were. 21, 5, 8, 9, and 19. And so far, Tina has 7, 1, 24, 23, and 2. Not a match, but there's 10 more chances. So here we go. Mindy's saying, watching Independence Day, aliens would be a nice plot twist. So you're giving me ideas now. I could do a screenshot in Independence Day and throw it up on the screen, and then you've got to guess which channel it is. By this stage of the day, it would be an oldies channel. All right, here we go. We have a 20, not a match. We have 11, not a match. Come on, let's get something for Tina. We have a 10, not a match. 28, not a match. And a 4, not a match. And we have a 26, and we could take a break here. We have 4 more left. So what are my plans? My short-term plans is we're going to raid Tina and watch her premiere. And then a good chance I'll be falling asleep after that. I may get my Amazon delivery off the porch. And then I got to get up at 4 a.m. and go to work. Tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon, chances are I'll continue to work on the lawnmower. Oh, in case anybody wants to know, I know Tina wants to know, I did put a new battery in the van. And I didn't skimp. I didn't go to Walmart to buy a battery. I replaced it with the same battery that it came with, which is a diehard. Yeah, pretty much the most expensive battery out there, but on the other hand, it's got a 3-year warranty. So I'm happy. Good battery. Now, I did go on Amazon and Rock Auto trying to find the special connections that I need. I want to be able, because the battery I have is a side mount. I hate side mounts, but that's what it came with, and that's what I got. So, but I know they make these adapters where You can still have it as a side mount, but you have some extensions where you can hook other stuff up, like, let's say, jumper cables, for instance. Something simple like that. Or you can hardwire so that you can run, let's say, an inverter or charge another battery, with hardwire. Or maybe even an accessory like a fog lamp or one of those halogen airplane landing lights, something like that. Nothing says fun like spending money to get disappointment with glitter. You're right. Back of the Gentleman's Special Interest magazine. Here you go. Special connections. 24 hours. Around the corner. Okay, 13. And I got to scroll up a minute, see what I missed. Oh, yeah, I did, Tina. I drove it to work. Did I start it up afterwards? Nah, I just stuck it in there. Hell with it. Now, nothing's drawing it down. The battery tested bad, the one that came out. So it just died. It decided it was time. But when you think about it, that thing has been used. Charging the refrigerator, or keeping the refrigerator running every day. Using it as to run the computers or charge up the computers, yada, yada. I know you told me, Tina, but I didn't have time to mess with it until yesterday. Too many other things going on. Okay, 18, that doesn't match anything. I know. 2 more items on here, and if you don't win, I refuse to take the blame. 14 doesn't match. Last one is 15. So I didn't think positive enough. But unfortunately, there are no matches in the 15 numbers to the 5 up above. And no instance, no catcher's mitt, no baseballs. I know that, Tina. You just like to pick on me. Well, I'll pick back. Yeah, I wish you would have won. Let the slackers do the job. That's right, Carl. We are 7 minutes away from running over to Tina's. Should have used a quarter. Well, some of us are superstitious about that. Had I had a quarter available, I know I could have ran over to my sister and say, give me that quarter again, because it's sitting right on her desk. That's what she uses for her scratch offs. But it seems like the larger the coin you use, the better chance you have of winning something, which is a bunch of horse shit. We know that. Thank you, Linda. I was just going to ask you for the link. Being PC is like using a password with 20 characters. Exhausting, but it's safer that way. Oh, there's one that I think I shared it with some people, but it's about changing your password on Windows. It's hilarious. I saved a copy of it. Maybe on Wednesday I'll talk about it. Because Wednesday could go fast. We have X, Y, and Z. That's all that's left in the alphabet for our Wednesday night word games. So we got the link from Linda, and we also got the link from Tina. So there's no excuse for any of us not to be over at Tina's in just a couple more minutes. Mark misses Tuesday. It may come back, Mark. I'm actually thinking Tuesday might be a better night for me to go live, at least with the schedule that I have right now. Plus, right now, okay, next Saturday I'll probably be around where I can do this live. But then the following Saturday is July 4th weekend. I'm going to be too busy to go live. And then, there's more weekends coming up where I'm going to be somewhere doing something, hiking, boating, swimming, I don't know, kayaking, blah, blah, or visiting a museum or going to a baseball game. I won't have time to go live, not on a Saturday. So, Tuesdays and Wednesdays are sounding a little more doable, a little more logical, if you will. We'll see. There's Georgianne. Georgianne, we're getting ready to go over to Tina's in just a couple minutes. You scroll up, you'll see the link to her premiere, which starts in 4 minutes. So we're going to go to Tina's for a premiere, and we're going to tell me good night. Lake of Dreams next Tuesday. That's interesting. I tried to get a campsite there. I knew I wouldn't, but I tried anyways, thinking, hey, maybe, never know. I wanted to get a campsite for the 4th and 5th of July, but nothing available. I did find a campsite up North Bay City, about 30 minutes, something like that. We will not be disappointed, Carl. The more the merrier. Come on over. So Georgianne is going to be at Lake of Dreams on Tuesday. I got to work Tuesday. But it's only 150 miles. If I left at 1:30 in the afternoon, I could be there by 4. Then I'd have to turn around and be back here by no later than 10 because I have to be up at 4 in the morning. I don't know, Georgianne. I think it's kind of tight for me to get there. But thank you. Let me get through the Z's. I'm going to have to find another book, Linda. And there are other books out there, like trivia. Chances are maybe we'll do some kind of trivia game. We'll do something, but we'll still include the cash word, because that's been so popular, and making sentences. And we're not going to give up on that. Just maybe a different way of getting your chip in the bin. Rob says he wants to be. He's not going to be there. Okay, understandable. But we'll miss you, Rob. I would love to jump up there and see Georgianne. I've got a T-shirt and a hat, and some rocks. Got to get together with you soon, Georgianne, but it'll probably wait till September. Let's raid Tina. Yep, it's time. Let's go. In the meanwhile, fair winds and smiles, and may God bless. Thank you for coming aboard tonight. See you at Tina's.